The land of Arakan has been Buddhist for close to 2,000 years. The land is saturated with Buddhism, and the faith is reflected everywhere. The Rakhine people are not encroaching on any other people's land. They live with harmony and respect with Hindus, Christians, animist tribal people, and others. There are Muslims of other origins with whom there are no issues, and they are part of the fabric and diversity of the state and the country. However, the Bengali Muslims are different. They come with their minds twisted by their religion to have only contempt and supremacist views of the land's rightful culture, and they will not tolerate nor assimilate with the indigenous culture, and that creates a grave problem. When a Buddhist village becomes surrounded by Bengali Muslim villages, and sharpened bicycle spokes are being shot by slingshots through the thatched walls, eventually a baby, a child, a mother, or a father is wounded. When Buddhist farmers are hacked to death in the far fields, and Buddhist women are raped and killed as they are fetching water or firewood, the situation becomes intolerable. When the neighboring Buddhist village is set afire, and Bengali men and boys are hacking people to death while shouting in Bengali, "Cut the heads off the Buddhist infidels," when the Buddhist temples are attacked, and the statues of Buddha have their heads cut off, and Buddhist monks have to fight for the first time in their lives because they are being attacked and killed, the Buddhist men must do whatever it takes to stop the violence against them, their families, their villages, and their culture. Most of the population lives in villages. Buddhists, Hindus, the tribal Myo, Tet, Daignet, and others get along fine with each other. But all of them fear the Bengali Muslims and their supremacist violence. Nobody is comfortable living with or even near Bengali Muslims. What is happening in Rakhine State, Myanmar, historically known as the Buddhist Kingdom of Arakan, is also ongoing and happening in Bangladesh, where horrible massacres, village burnings, rapes, and violence are decimating the remaining population of Buddhists, which is less than 1% of the total population of Bangladesh. On the western border of Bangladesh, India has built the longest fence in the world to keep out the Bengali Muslims, who were swarming into India, killing, burning, and stealing land. And in the north of Bangladesh, the Muslims are doing the same to the Bodo tribes, who are being relentlessly displaced from their homelands by the aggressive and supremacist Bengali Muslims. As well, in southern Thailand, the Buddhists are being terrorized, killed, and sent fleeing. And in formerly tolerant Indonesia and Malaysia, Buddhists are in great danger. Buddhist temples are being destroyed, often with government assistance. All of this mayhem is by people who have a religion called Islam, which proclaims that Allah instructs Muslims to kill, conquer, and destroy every culture, every other religion, and every person that does not submit to Islam. And their holy book, the Quran, reiterates that hundreds of times. It is a religion of intolerance, supremacy, and violence, in which its followers have no shame, no guilt, and no compassion towards infidels. Let it be said, there are many Muslims in the world who are peaceful and kind people. They are largely born into the faith and thankfully do not follow the Quran and are not interested in all of this jihad nonsense. But there are millions upon millions of Muslims completely brainwashed by a bloody, primitive ideology that threatens the world all over, as we can witness in Nigeria, Syria, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and various countries of Europe even.
Gái tụi này. Gái tụi này. Gái bây giờ đau bụng. Chưa là vậy.
There are also the cultures of several minorities to safeguard and preserve. The Bengali Hindus, who share the Bengali language and origins with the Bengali Muslims, are savagely treated by the Muslims and deathly afraid of them. There are minority ethnic Chin ladies in Rakhine State, near the border of Chin State. And here are some of the traditions of the Myo tribal people, who also have been living in the Arakan Hills well before Muslims even set foot anywhere near here. Much of the world has been misled and fooled by a relentless barrage of manipulative and demonizing and outright false media, which has suffocated the voices, fears, and concerns of so many victims, such as the Rakhine Buddhist people. Think about this. Why do the Buddhists, Hindus, and various tribal peoples all get along fine with each other, but all greatly fear the supremacist violence of the Bengali Muslims? Why should the indigenous Buddhists of Arakan, living in their own homeland with their deeply rooted Buddhist culture, have to live with supremacist violent Muslims whose ancestral, historic, and cultural homeland is Bengal, now known as Bangladesh, who want to steal this land from the Buddhists and make it a 100% Muslim-only land ruled by Islamic Sharia law? The Rakhine Buddhists are being aggressively pushed out of their homeland, their villages burned, their people slaughtered, and this has been happening under a relentless campaign of false media, false identity, and false history. The Bengali Muslims want the land only for themselves. They do not want to live in harmony with others because others are infidels. They know only to condemn and despise infidels and their infidel religions and their infidel icons, statues, and temples. The Bengali Muslims can live in Bangladesh, which is their actual homeland. They have proven again and again that they cannot live anywhere near non-Muslims, and therefore they should not be allowed back into Rakhine State. When they are absent, there are no killings, no village burnings, no intimidation, and no fears. Only then will the Buddhists, Hindus, Christians, tribal ethnicities all be able to live peacefully, and Rakhine State can have a chance to prosper. Let us save, protect, and preserve this beautiful culture.